Hey everyone. So I just want to talk to you a little bit from my heart. For about the last 13 years, I've lived out of our country. I've lived out of the United States. I've lived in other nations. And every nation has its own struggles. Every nation has its own problems. So this is not a cut on America. But I have to say that after seeing that George Floyd video, my heart is still cut to the core with how rampant racism and systemic racism is in our country. If you could watch that video and have no feeling, then you have like a serious problem. Because everything about that video was nonsense, was senseless, was awful. And I don't know how we're going to solve that in our nation, but I'm just like tired of it. I'm tired of African American brothers and sisters being mistreated, being put down, being beaten up because of the color of their skin, or worse, in this scenario, what happened with these cops. Now, I like justice, but I don't like the fact that these gentlemen were just fired. Because I think something needs to be done more than just firing people. Because this is a problem within our nation, and we need to recognize it. I didn't recognize the white privilege that I had, and I'm going to call it for what it is. Because I never had to worry about being killed or beaten up because of the color of my skin. But I know people that this does happen to. Here in modern day America, this is wrong. This is an outrage. There's nothing about what happened yesterday that was right or holy or godly or whatever spin you want to put on it. It was completely and totally wrong, and it infuriates me. It's an evil that lives under the very floorboards of the houses in America. So I don't know how we're going to solve this, because since I've been back for this summer that I'm going to be here, I can honestly say that I am seeing such pockets of division and such rage and anger all over our nation. People fighting against each other, political wars, religious wars, race wars, gender orientation wars, sexual orientation wars. And sometimes I just have to say to myself, gosh, when is this going to end? When are we going to learn to love each other? When are we going to see that we're all created in the image of God? And that means every person has value. Every person has meaning. Every person has purpose for being alive. So I'm being very careful here with my words. But what happened with that man, George Floyd? We should not shut up about this. And every time something happens like this, or when there's other situations where women are put down, or other races are put down, or even the homosexual community, we need to keep blasting social media, and we need to keep blasting news outlets, and letting the voices of those of us who see that this is completely wrong to say something. I know that there are places and people all over America that are waking up and are seeing the systemic issues we have as a nation. But freedom, this freedom that we speak of, where was the freedom there for that man? Where? Because I'm not seeing it. So those of us who are awake, those who see it, let's keep talking. Let's keep speaking out. Let's keep standing up for our brothers and sisters and say these type of things are wrong. Let's not be afraid. Let's not cower down. Let's be brave. Let's take the mantle and use our voices, because this is not a unified nation. This is a nation completely divided in so many different realms. And if you don't see it, then may your eyes be opened. If you don't hear it, may you hear the cries of it. because it is real. It is real. And it's a problem that needs corrected because it is destroying the very word freedom and everything that we claim that our nation has. And we do have freedoms. I know this. I've lived overseas. We do have certain freedoms. But we also have certain crap that really needs to be dealt with. And it's time. It's time we call things what they are.